All right, all right. Hello, folks. How are you? Good morning. This will be a quick one, actually. Tried to go, tried to go live a little while ago, but life intruded. Didn't have time. So, what we are gonna do right now, though, is listen, man. This thing about um, what's his nuts is kind of getting on my nerves, right? Shador Sanders. So he didn't get drafted. So what? Right? And there's all these conspiracy theories about this and that and what it highlights for me is the this weird fascination, right, with like oppression and racism. And what I notice is as there is less racism to go around, the demand for it has not ebbed. So everything has to be um, taken out of proportion and made into something major, right? To sustain, that identity. And it becomes all the more ridiculous, and it's just like, get over it. The NFL is, racist because Shador Sanders hasn't been um, drafted yet. So lots of guys don't get drafted, and this whole thing about um, collusion and whatnot. It's like, bro, listen. Um, we're gonna listen to this real quick. Hold on.
See them live their dream. We don't have to be apologetic for Shador Sanders not getting drafted. 32 teams didn't draft him. They got 6 more rounds left in this draft and an opportunity for him to go pro. And I know that like we sometimes we have an affinity for these kids. Like Dan does breakdowns. Dominic, we've all been doing drafts for a long time. We want to see them live their dreams. We want to see them drafted where they want to be drafted. But that's not always the case. I wanted Lamar Jackson to be a top 5 pick. He ended up going 32nd. So this whole like I love what Dan said. We are not in mourning. It happens every single year where somebody doesn't get drafted, where people think they're gonna get drafted. Shador is a good player, and people have said that ad nauseum. The anonymous, he's not good, or he got bad attitude, or the interviews was bad. The hell with that. When people don't put their name with something, I immediately dismiss it. Okay, but here's the truth in it. Shador does not play the position like the guys that we've seen teams reach for. And that's what we were thinking.
Wait a minute, man. This is a hold on real quick. As I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, is that a bad throw?
He's not good or he got bad.
This is a bad throw. The ball is inside.
Interviews was bad. The hell with that. When people
I mean, if this DB was any good, that should have been broken up or picked. Right? That ball should have been out here. All right. And it's underthrown and it's inside. Right? The receiver saved his ass. Are these highlights?
The hell with that. When people don't put their name with something, I immediately dismiss it.
And this is a bad ball. La 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 la. Huh! Right? Is it here? Right? They're both fighting for the ball, right? Is the ball here?
Shador does not play the position.
It's inside and underthrown. I mean, I don't know. His arm's not that strong. He pats the ball. He holds the ball. I mean, a third or fourth round project. That is without being a player that likes to draw attention to himself and build his own brand versus going out and winning for the team. I mean, is a third round project worth the distraction? I don't know. Hey, what's up, the chat? Everybody, Deacon Dave, Nick Taylor, I see you. True Hype, Phoenix Fish. Good morning. Thanks for coming in.
Like the guys that we've seen teams reach for. And that's what we were thinking. Is a team going to reach for him and think that they can get to a ceiling where the pick is justified? Was that the Giants at 3? Was that the Saints at 9? Was that the Steelers at 21? Which I didn't think the Steelers would be a reach, especially in this climate of the NFL when you don't have to give them a large sum of money. And that was a team that's been looking to try to figure out what their quarterback situation would be for a number of years. But ultimately, he still has an opportunity to land in a good spot like Dan's alluded to. And also, we ain't have a pick last night in the NFL draft.
No.
I didn't talk to one GM. The owner didn't reach out to us and ask us, should we take Shedeur Sanders? So we got the draft coming tonight. He'll probably go tonight in the NFL draft, and it's about his work. And I always say this to young kids that's going into the draft. I got a son that plays basketball. Actually, the story that matters is the one we tell at the end.
Yep.
That's the one that matters. So we'll see where he goes, and we'll see what his career does.
Nick,
So he'll probably get on a team, right? 5th or 6th round, but why use, I don't know. I don't think he's that good, man. And this is the hold on. This is the number 1 pick, by the way. Right. This is the number 1 pick amidst the NFL rumors of racism. Right. Number 1 pick. Yeah. Yeah, matter of fact, let's see you, boy.
And this for all those cats that I was balling with, saying rap ain't finna get my ass a scholarship. And how come every teacher's motto is, music ain't gonna do for you what college did for me.
Restrepo!
With the people that believe.
Ward will again look to throw. He's got all kinds of time. Go to the end zone. Restrepo!
Now look at the ball. On time, away from the defender, right? Hits him in stride. I mean, he slowed down a little bit. Well, big deal. That's what you're looking for. Boom.
Ward looking left. Plenty of time. Running near the 10-yard line. Ward's going to take off. Diving! Touchdown, Cam Ward!
Yeah, it's just a scramble.
2nd and 8. Downfield.
In stride. Right in his hands. Right in his hands.
Ward steps up. Tucks. Runs.
Yeah.
Cam Ward flags down, back pedals, extending the play, throws into the end zone, caught, Isaiah Harden with a touchdown.
Right, let's see it again. Wow, oof. In a crowd on his hands. You notice that he's hitting them in their hands.
Edge pressure, Ward ducks away, Spencer had him, Ward, Williams.
That's not a highlight.
Back to front. Don't let him throw the football over your head. Don't give him a cheap one here at the end of the first.
Wow. Wow. In the window, right? Hit him in the window. Out in his hands in the window before he gets to the receiver. That is what you're looking for.
2nd and 7. They drop 8. And look at the time they give Cam Ward because of it.
Zap.
So look at that throw. Jacoby.
Zap.
Canes threatening to make it a one-possession game. Ward, a lot of room. He's going to run it. Cam Ward, open area. Touchdown, Miami. 24.
Right, and fools will be like, it's a conspiracy that they're not drafting this one black guy.
Ward takes a shot down the sideline in stride. He's got Restrepo. Touchdown.
Ward passing on 1st and 10, looking downfield seam, and guess who? Mr. Reliable, Xavier Restrepo.
In stride again.
2nd and goal. Ward to the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. Cam McCormick.
Listen, man, that's my dog. So, amidst all the conspiracy theories, that's your number one quarterback, right? And back to my analogy about searching for the racism, right? So let's read this. You probably can't really explain it to someone who isn't black, but man, this is wildly racist. Let's see what's so racist. New Titans quarterback Cam Ward has gone viral for being the perfect type of person you want as quarterback. Cam is not a diva, wears a regular plain suit, no flashy jewelry, and is representing his alma mater. Exactly what teams are looking for. Terrible. Terribly racist. Hey, what's up, Shaka? Seeking My Creator, what's up, bro? Oh man, we got a bot from China. China bot. Say hello. Say hello. So, yeah, this is, see, it's so much of why is this racist? Right? So much of the black identity is trying to find racism. It's retarded. And now, oh my God, he's not a diva. Where's regular pantsuit? Like they want to have, it's like this black need to be anti a thing, but still be respected by it, right? Because like I said, the black itself, right, as a cultural creation was just Marxism initiated to be anti-white, right? So you can't be boring. You can't be plain. You can't be these other things. It has to have a black on it somehow. And this is wow, it's racist because this guy is they're describing this way. Like, man, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Here, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Wait, where is let me find it for you real quick. Dang, I had it. So, where is it? Darn it. Oh, here it is. There we go. Nick Chubb. He looks like my accountant. Is anything wrong with that? Bro, looks like my accountant.
Oh, cool, man.
Just a regular dude getting his luggage, about to put it down in the NFL. That's what I'm talking about. And matter of fact, my kid is Cam Ward, love you, bro, but we're not doing this with the hair. Not in House Freedom.
Oh, cool, man.
We're doing the fade all day. That's what we're doing. That is what we are doing. So, yeah, man. Listen, man. I had to talk about it because there are all these weird ass conspiracy theories. Oh my God, they what is someone on Twitter said? Oh, they got to keep the black quarterbacks out. They don't want it to get too black. Like, what kind of nonsense is this? Where is it? Ah, here it is. So yeah, bro, let's. So yeah, number. Let me close that page. This page. So look, bro. Here's your draft. Or actually, no. Let me start here. These are all the quarterbacks in the NFL. And the depth chart, right? Like, someone said, yeah, they can only they don't want too many black quarterbacks. I'm like, oh, okay. Make this a little bit bigger. You know, what is too many? Right? What is too many? Oh, no. Let's see. Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor still in the and that's the thing about the having oppression as an identity. It always the complaints always have to evolve, right? As there's less evidence for their whining. You know, honestly. Because do you remember if you're black, you remember. Oh man, you know, why didn't so and so black guy get the quarterback job? Cause you know all the other white guy get it. Well, Tyrod Taylor is the definition of journeyman quarterback. Definition was never that good to begin with, and it stayed in the league. Stayed. Matter of fact, how long has he been in the league? Bro is still in the league since 2011. What? Wow. Journeyman quarterback, still in the league, still getting paid. A millionaire many times over. In the racist NFL that doesn't like black quarterbacks. Oh God. Travis Jordan. So what? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Josh Dobbs. Make-A-Wish quarterback. Right. So a third of the quarterbacks in the AFC East are black. Right. Of course, Lamar Jackson. Right. Deshaun Watson still on, bro. Still making money. Hundreds of millions guaranteed. Was his contract 200 plus million guaranteed? I can't recall. Stupid amount of money. All right. CJ Stroud, wasn't he a first round pick? If not a first pick, a couple years ago. Anthony Richardson, who is not really good. He's not good. He's a great athlete. He's not good. You know, he's just not. Of course, Cameron Ward, we just saw him. He's got a hose. Of course, Patrick Mahomes. Geno Smith. Geno Smith still in the league. What are we doing here? Went to Middling, West Virginia. Still in the league. How long has he been in the league? 2013, bro. Over a decade. I mean, hell, even if you're just making league minimum, that is wild. Journeyman. And still getting starting roles. Wow, that is wild. Wild. So, Bo Nix. Jared Stedham. Wow, Jared Stedham still in the league? It's crazy. And of course, Dak Prescott, Joe Milton III. Is Joe Milton? Yeah, Joe Milton still in the league. He's fresh though. He's new, right? He's a rookie. Yeah, yeah. He went to the Patriots first, right? So supposedly the conspiracy theory to keep him out, keep out black quarterbacks. Let's see. When he was drafted in the 6th round, 193rd pick by the Patriots. True to form. Do they say the Patriots saved the 6th round for the quarterbacks? Is that what's going on? You know, is that what's going on? Yeah, I think you are right, pseudoscientist. I think you are right. Hey, is Russell Wilson? Let me see. So of course, Dak Prescott. Yeah, Russell Wilson got on another team, right? And supposedly the other thing, New York Giants don't like black quarterbacks either, even though they have Russell Wilson and Winston James, or Jameis Winston, right? Who is another journeyman. Another journeyman. Oh, he's on his 4th team now? Yeah, Giants hate black quarterbacks so much they got 2 of them. Oh, and Jaden Daniels killing it. Jalen Hurts killing it. Dude, the entire NFC starting quarterbacks are all black. What's going on here? It's a CO conspiracy. It's a CO conspiracy. I tell you. That's what it is. Oh, Josh Johnson. So what is it? Is it the NFL only wants so many black quarterbacks? They're going to let it get to half the quarterbacks being black, and they're just going to cut it off. That's what it is. Shedeur Sanders is evidence that they're just going to cut it off, you know? And it's like the theories have to get more and more wild and less plausible, right? Because they need some sort of evidence. Like nothing bad can happen to a poor little black person, and it not be a racism, you know. And it happens every year. There's some sacred calf of oppression in the draft. You know, last year was Caleb Williams. You know, guy paints his nails and everybody talks about it, and there's like, oh, you know, everybody comes out of the woodwork to defend them. Like, get over it. Every year is his trash. So here's NFC North, of course, Caleb Williams. Oh, Jordan Love. Who's that? That couldn't be another black quarterback, could it? Oh, and then I forgot Trey Lance. Yeah, where's Trey Lance? Oh yeah, here he is. Back up on Chargers. Yep. So the NFC North half of the starters are black. Hendon Hooker. That's a black guy too, isn't it? Yeah, from Tennessee. They're just going to let just enough in to fool you. That's what it is. Yeah, they're going to let in half of the quarterbacks, but still maintain the racism. So you'll just ignore it. That's what'll happen. right? Michael Penix Jr. He's got a hose. Yeah, definitely. Even Bryce Young was built like a JV player, and he still got drafted. And these are starters, and even bro, you can't even keep a 5'9" black guy out of the league, right? Can't even keep a 5'9". Kyler Murray is, a midget by NFL standards. Can't even keep this guy out of the league. Still, Jacoby Brissett. Oh, I forgot about him. Forgot about Jacoby Brissett. Yeah, another journeyman, right? Because, man, see, that's the thing. I distinctly remember they won't hire their black guy. They just give it to a white quarterback. And he's been everywhere. They always get the job. Look, this dude is on team number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still in the league, bro. Oh, Patriots. Where did he get for the Patriots? Oh, Patriots picked him in the 3rd round. Hey, that's pretty high for the Patriots. He must have had some good game coming out of NC State, because Patriots got him in the 3rd round, which is crazy. They don't do that, Who else? Brissett, Matthew Stafford, Brock, Sam Darnold, Jalen Milroe doesn't look good at all at quarterback. Doesn't look good at all. I mean, he just doesn't. He should be a slot receiver, in my opinion. I mean, phenomenal athlete, but no. Anyway, so yeah, that's the long and short of it, man. There's just all these freaking weird theories, despite what's actually happening. So let's go here. Let's see. Oh, it's not 2024 draft, 1st round. I mean, black guy, white guy. Who's the next QB? Another black guy. So the first 4 quarterbacks picked, 3 are black in this super racist league. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Yeah, he is. Richardson from the Colts. I honestly, I think Richardson was probably a better quarterback, honestly. But anywho, so yeah, this is crazy, right? The top, and they're spending. You know how valuable these picks are, these top picks are in just dollars and cents. I mean, I certainly wouldn't pick Caleb Williams. No, heck no. But that's just me. Matter of fact, dang, there's a video somewhere. Some GM's kid is saying, "Hey, you should trade up in the draft and get Jaden Daniels." Draft. Yeah, quarterback CJ Stroud. Here we go. Bryce Young. Oh boy. Top 2 picks, black QBs again. I don't know what's going on. Anthony Richardson was a 4. He was a 4 pick. Yeah. That's what I think it was. Right. So he said trade up to get him. Should listen to his kid. So you got black quarterbacks going in the top slots consistently. It's 2023. Oh yeah, no, this must have been light on QBs. There are no QBs in the top here. Kenny Pickett from Pittsburgh. I don't even know where he went to Pittsburgh. Ugh. Oof. Light year for QBs. But you get what I'm saying. Desmond Ritter. Is he mixed? I don't know. But anyway, y'all get what I'm saying. Oh, they didn't? Oh, well. Oh, well, Giants missed out because that kid could throw. That kid can't throw. So, anyway. So what was I getting to? I was getting to... progressives. Yeah. I was getting to progressives. And progressives, politics, and the rebrand. So let me get back to that.
We don't have to be apologetic for Shedeur Sanders not getting drafted.
All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah. One more. So did this actually happen? I pretty much didn't see this happen. But people want to say this happened. Like, what? Let's see. Ah, here it is.
Are coming together. Thing happening here in Texas. Here in the state capitol, a small...
All right, and I'll tell you why I'm playing this, right? This was sent to me. This was sent to me by someone, and so they're talking about, oh, billionaires and taking over schooling. That's not a good thing, right? So let's listen to them, and I want to break down this propaganda.
Something happening here in Texas.
See, and it's very good, right? This is good. I'm doing this because this is high quality propaganda, right? You see the earnest face. There's something going on, and it's sinister. And I'm going to tell you about it. And I'm going to use these buzzwords to ignite your emotions as I sit here trying to look like I'm a preacher.
Here in the state capitol, a small band of Republicans and Democrats in the Texas House are coming together.
Right? That's the nod towards bipartisanship, which is an unqualified good. Because if Republicans and Democrats are coming together and putting aside their differences, then you know it must be for a just cause.
To stop two West Texas billionaires from taking over our state government.
And notice the inflection, two West Texas billionaires. It's a key word, right? It is a key word to let you know that those guys are the bad guys. Those guys are the bad guys because they are the what? Billionaires. Right? Let's continue.
Their names are Tim Dunn and Ferris.
Oh, and also, this is, let's see. Also, rules for radicals, right? It is like pick the target, freeze it, personalize it, polarize it, right? They've named them, right? That is the personalizing part. They've polarized because they're billionaires, right?
Chris
Very
Wilkes,
good.
and they're the biggest Republican donors in the state. They've
Got the
already
bad
bought our governor. They've bought our lieutenant governor. They've bought our attorney general. They've bought our state senate. And now, to complete their takeover, they're trying to buy the Texas House. Tomorrow, they'll attempt to get one of their puppets elected speaker. One of our Republican colleagues said, quote, "This is the most corrupt state government in Texas history."
And you know, if a Republican is saying that, then that has got to be the truth.
Tim Dunn and Ferris Wilkes are not just oil and gas oligarchs. They're
Oligarchs, bro. I mean, he's got AOC script, bro. He's got it. You got to give it to him. Got to give it to him.
They're also Christian nationalist pastors.
Woo! Christian nationalist pastors. Are you shaking in your boots yet? Right? Are you sweating yet? Right? You should be sweating. He said they're Christian nationalist pastors.
They've spent more than $100 million to ban abortion in Texas, to ban books in Texas, and now they're trying to close our Texas public schools with a private school voucher scam.
Oh my God, a private school voucher scam. And you would not be surprised to know that this guy is a teacher or was a teacher. And it's funny, a lot of these teachers are in politics, which is crazy. They are the hardest ideologues. Like Brandon Johnson in Chicago, teacher. Who's that guy? Jamal Bowen, I think, the guy who pulled the fire alarm in Congress, teacher. Right? You're electing hardcore ideologues as representatives. Yeah. Oh, and the voucher scam. See, and this is the thing. This is why I can't stand these liberals, man, and these progressives. School choice disproportionately helps Black kids. Why? Because they can form a charter school and get the hell away from other Black kids. They are able to escape. It's an escape hatch. You know, and you don't have when you don't have people fighting in the hallways and cussing out the teacher and, you know, making all these disruptions, it's crazy how much you can learn. So this is an attempt to get those, to get the voucher system shut down, right? And here's the other thing. For most voucher systems, here's how it works, right? Let's say they allocate $10,000 per student. What they'll do is they'll take $5,000 and give it to you in a voucher. And then the other $5,000 still goes to the school district. So you've got one less head to educate and you still got $5,000. The public school does, right? They're getting $5,000 for ghost students. They're not even giving the parents the full 10. So, but what it leads to is competition, right? They say, well, they're trying to close our schools. Well, they should be closed. I mean, if you can't educate the children, because he's never going to get up here and tout the test scores or the results.
This is bigger than party. This is bigger than partisanship. Texas is too big and too great to be sold to the high.
Bro, that is high test propaganda. I got to give it to him. This is fantastic. I mean, this is why I made the stream.
Highest bidder. We cannot allow two billionaires to transform our beloved
billionaires again. Use the keyword.
State into a theocracy. We have
theocracy, another keyword.
Have to stop them. There is something happening here.
Right. So, I mean, it's really phenomenal, right? But let's see, who is James Tallarico? Who is he? Oh, he's talking all about Christ.
Christ says what we do for the least of these, we do for him. So where is Christ?
Let me guess how Christ is going to go right into support his politics.
Christ today? Christ is the immigrant, deported without due process. Christ is the senior, deprived of their social security benefits.
Big
Christ is
surprise.
the protester.
I know you're shocked. I know you're shocked. And he's just this.
Hey, folks, Roland Martin.
He's just this small little impish man. Ugh. And the hands is what gets me. He's got these nasty little uncalloused hands.
You know, in Scripture, Jesus befriended people that others called sinners. The only people in the Bible that Jesus condemned were religious leaders who used religion to hurt others. Being a Christian is about loving thy neighbor, not bullying.
There's that whole pillar of salt thing. And Jesus also came to divide the sheep from the goats. Right? Told you you were gonna turn against your own family. They kind of leave that part out. Right? This is the Christians are supposed to be nice. Right? BS. That's how you got gay marriage, by the way. This type of propaganda is how you got gay marriage passing. Right? Inept Christians were told about their faith by demonic forces. So yeah, but this is really good. It's awesome propaganda. Texas Greg Abbott says vouchers could lead to less funding for public schools. Of course, you're taking the money and giving it to the parents so they can get education for their own kids outside of this prisons. And you know, the thing is, they could have had it, right? But the thing about it is the Republicans were the really deciding votes against the school vouchers, right? These rural Republicans didn't want the school vouchers to close their schools either, right? They may be Republicans, but they were protecting their little educational bureaucracy because one charter school in a rural county, and you know, you're going to completely upend that education. That high school, the one high school for two counties might be gone. So they were watching their own backs, and they voted against it. So, which was disappointing, but hey. So, yeah, man. But look how he is. Right? He's appearing. You wouldn't know him from any other Republican, right? Well, until you see him next to Roland Martin.
Hey, folks, Roland Martin here. Roland Martin on.
Right. Oh, he's got cowboy boots on, y'all. I'm True Blue Texas. And so, yeah, bro. So yeah, man, just the progressive politics, right? Oh, and that's the what I was just playing. They updated it. They updated the picture, and it looks like it was, yeah. That's the brand. Right now, is he married? Nope. Probably never gonna be. Yeah, him and who's that? Who are those senators from South Carolina, right? Him and Lindsay not getting married. So Democrat Party and the same progressive politics, right? Right. Joined Teach for America, teaching the sixth grade English language at Rhodes Middle School on the west side of San Antonio. After 2 years, he left the classroom. Tellerico became Central Texas executive for Reasoning Mind. Oh, he went the USAID route, nonprofit organization that develops computer-based math curricula. Mm-hmm. Oh, and professional development for teachers, right? Keep the ideology going. So yeah, just another progressive trying to make you think he's something he isn't. Trying to make you something he isn't. So I got another clip here, and this other one. Where's that other one? It is Pete. Sorry, I'm looking for Pete Buttigieg. Oh, and on a side note.
So call us the under attack in D.C., but they are alive and well in Baltimore. So call us the DI capital of the U.S. Call us whatever you like. We are never going to apologize for investing in the people of our city. But that includes our more seasoned under attack in D.C.
Hey, so if a city that is 70% black, wouldn't they be hiring more non-black people to encourage diversity? Just a question. So, and here is the rebrand. Pete's got a beard, y'all. Pete's got a beard.
Have you thought about when your son gets older, his experience in the world probably different from yours? How would you have those combos with him? Or even let's say your daughter, learning to deal with her hair, it's going to be a little difficult. How have you thought about these things? Do they concern you?
Yeah, we think about it all the time, and it's not like we have it all figured out. So we were in.
But if anybody knows how important identity is,
of course. So we were in what's called a surprise adoption scenario. So we literally I was at work. I was traveling. We got a phone call. Chaston called me. And the next day, we were in a rural Midwestern hospital holding him in our arms, and they were 1 day old. It was like that, from normal life to and by the way, it's twins, which was amazing.
Man, it's just nasty. Never should have let them get married.
You didn't know it was twins before.
We were just on a list. We said that we were willing to adopt, or we wanted to adopt. We said that we wanted to adopt without regard for race. By the way, anybody who says race is not a thing in this country should experience an adoption process where there are literally different lists. If you say that you want a white kid only, versus if you say that doesn't matter.
Wow.
Literally a different list.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
The list for white kid only is longer. And not only that.
Oh, that's why you see so many gays with black babies, I guess. Yeesh.
There was actually a discount, or you didn't have to pay a deposit on the fee. This is how it works. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. So we didn't know anything about the racial identity of the kids until they started to look mixed race, which they are. And contending with the hair thing is already a thing, and lots of advice, especially from black parents who see stuff on Instagram, or they're let me tell you how to do it. A lot of advice. And to begin with, the idea of being a girl dad and dealing with girl hair was pretty intimidating. My hair is very simple and straightforward. Obviously, I'm a low maintenance kind of guy, and starting to learn about all the different products that are involved. Him too. We have a whole sequence with a condition.
See, and this is the rebrand, right? I'm just a regular Joe. I'm surprised he didn't pull out a Bud Light. But that's why I made this picture here, so you can see the evolution of Buttigieg. Oh, here's me with the family. You won't be seeing this anytime soon. That I can guarantee you. Then it's oh, I've got a beard. Oh, look at me. I'm just a regular guy, unmarried and 35, proud Texan. That's all. That's all. That's all we're doing over here. Just more Texas stuff. Now, never mind that homeboy had billions of dollars to blow for what? Charging stations, which never happened. Yeah.
Or is supposed to go into here in the U.S. is what then turns around and makes it possible for businesses to thrive.
Can you give us an example of that?
Yeah, my favorite example is probably the smartphone. So have you ever noticed, like in like talks or like whenever somebody mentions a smartphone, they like start to pull it out of their pocket or touch it. But so the federal government could not have invented the iPhone, right? Like I don't think any of us would want a phone that was like invented by the federal government.
That thing would suck.
That is like all of the design, the manufacturing, supply chains. That's the kind of thing that corporations can do very well, and Apple did it very well, and their competitors. But what makes the iPhone work? Well, among other things, the internet. The internet was literally invented by a federal research project, and it would never have been possible to invent the internet with a private company because
lies. Lies. Not that the research project was not the genesis of what we know as the internet today, but that you could have done it better with the government. Like, if that's true, why is SpaceX hauling ass into space so much better than NASA? NASA is just bloat and cost overruns. I mean, why do you even have a competitor to NASA? When heck, launching satellites should be a nation state asset, right? They've had nation states have had a head start to space, 60 years, and now all of a sudden somebody else can do it. How'd that happen?
You wouldn't have got the kind of capital return, even though it's a $1 trillion idea or a multi-trillion dollar idea. Companies can do multi-billion dollar ideas, but $1 trillion idea, like
and it's the same guy who can't build a charging station. Same guy.
Inventing the internet. Right. That requires basic research. And that's the kind of thing the government's supposed to do, among many other things.
It requires basic research? What does that mean?
That is what the government is supposed to do. The government is supposed to invent the internet. Yeah, you aren't lying, right? They all want a beard. Let's go hunting. Bet you I can kick the ass.
By basic research, I mean things that are so fundamental that you actually don't know for 50 or 100 years if they're going to have a return. They might never work out.
Oh, right? Yeah. You can't look at it as this thing is going to be profitable. It has to be
so it's different
benevolent
from
endeavor for society.
Yeah, it's different from research on like a pharmaceutical company researches a new medication, expecting that they're going to
there's going to have a return in the next 10, 20 years.
Right, at least kind of within the kind of profit running.
But public parks is another version of this and stuff like that. You can't privatize the public park.
Right, this is the whole idea of public goods. Right? This is why we have governments, why we collect taxes.
God, we're turning into such libs already, dude.
Hey, real quick, man. In this whole debate about government spending on research, I was just like, okay, let me look up cancer breakthroughs in the last 50 years. Just disease breakthroughs in the last 50 years. Right? Nathaniel, bro. Nothing. Like, what are they doing? What are they doing? I mean, you got the HPV vaccine, which is actually pretty good, right? Which has efficacy now. I'd hate to see their pre-implementation data, but you've got that. Where's the cancer research? How many more trillions is it going to take that we just keep our fingers crossed and trust y'all to do the right thing when you just covered up a pandemic release from China and gaslit the entire nation about it? But by all means, this homosexual just grew some facial hair. Let's give him reins to control our lives again.
But there's a handshake, right? There are the things that only the government can do, and then there are the things that the private sector can and should do, and they meet in the middle. But if you start shorting, and part of what really worries me right now about this kind of war on academia, and there are some things about academia.
Well, the military had a network, right? The military had a network in which they created the progenitor of the internet, right? Now, it wasn't the internet today, all the protocols today, none of that, right? But it's one of those things that is easy to say because most people are ignorant of how the internet actually developed. the internet today had very little to do with that project, right? The protocols, like the actual hardware that you use to like make the zeros and ones go places, right? To make those signals go nothing, right? And this is from, listen, the guy's telling you this, they still had social security records being processed by paper under a mountain by with paper.
Academia that need to change, but the war on academia, the cuts to cancer research, the cuts to science research, this kind of like general anti-science, like.
Bro, and by that way, they didn't cut any of that, right? What they cut at the NIH was the bloat of having, like 100 people for communications. They cut it down to like 20, right? They didn't actually cut. There's an interview. Again, they say this because people are stupid. I should have freaking, where was that? I got to find that. But anyway, they didn't cut anything, right? They didn't cut the research. What they did was cut the propaganda. And then a lot of people got mad and bounced. Yeah, it was the survival rate from getting it was higher than the projected benefit from the vaccine. It was like, I might as well just get it. Hurry up and get it. People that were already compromised, severely overweight. I didn't let my mom get it. My family was mad at me for not letting my mom get the jab. I was like, nope, you go right on ahead. Matter of fact, you have to, if you've got older relatives, they are going to try to package. I heard they're going to try to package COVID with the flu shot, right? So they're just going to try to give you the COVID vaccine anyway if you come in for the flu shot. And that's easy to get over on seniors. So, watch your family members.
Atmosphere that I think is emanating from the administration, like that costs us in ways that don't show up on a corporate profit and loss statement 6 months from now or a year from now. But in terms of whether a country, a society, and economy is productive and is growing and is innovating, that starts to really cost you over time. And if we're shorting that, or if corporations and extremely wealthy people don't want to be paying into that through taxes, that is, I think, a classic example of a kind of short-term gain that causes long-term pain.
Yeah, so it's the rebrand is on, right? He's not going to be showing up anywhere with him and his wife and their 2 kids. Yep, that's not happening. We're going to fool you. We can fool you. We can fool you. Let's see. I don't know if I've shared this. Probably have. But let's see. So anytime someone calls Jasmine Crockett ghetto or hood, I point out the GOP has 3 women who act like they are competing to be the queen of the trailer park. I would like it if all these politicians on both sides acted professionally, but both sides suck. But they aren't just calling her hood. They are now saying she is faking being hood. Like, how do you even fake acting ghetto? I've given it far more energy and time than I should have. I'm done with these idiots. How to fake it 101, since people want to act dumb.
In my mind, I'm thinking, I just got to Austin and I had to beat 5 people to get here. I don't know about this. So
y'all don't know what white privilege looks like, but I'm gonna show you a little bit of something.
It's a huge responsibility. The congressional seat is over 4 times as large as my House seat.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at, calm down. Calm down.
No, because this is what y'all do.
And I was just starting to get into the rhythm of doing constituent services.
They send them to Texas, they send them to Florida. Every deplorable state that we can think about, they usually coming out of y'all's think tank.
There was someone that talked to me and said, in fact, a former ambassador in the Clinton administration.
Please calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk noise and then
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
He said, Jasmine, what you have to realize is that if you are really going to make change, it's not going to be in the Texas House. He said, you did a great job playing defense, but you have a chance to play offense. Someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
I had no idea what you just said.
The management, so to speak, changes. It's not just always one party that has everything.
I did it first.
Voted to do
Y'all
it.
did it first, so you don't want to talk about
Voted to do it.
Order.
He said, if you really want to make real change, you really need to consider it. Because if I
Look, Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send her
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Oh. Oh boy. I'll tell you what. They keep it going though, bro. Yes, she is faking it. Right? She is faking it.
Under fire.
Oh boy. All right. Pete Hegseth.
Troops fighting in the unit that many of you will lead are capable, truly physically capable of doing what is necessary under fire. They need to be fit, not fat, sharp, not shabby, especially our leaders. And that's why we're reviewing how the department has maintained standards in the past, especially the last 4 years, and whether those standards have dropped, formally or informally. Troops fighting in the unit that many of you will lead
So
are capable,
here's why this is important, right? Right. And this is why you see ramped up propaganda against Hegseth, is because he is ripping out that old culture, right? This happened before, right? Reagan did it after Vietnam, right? We had Vietnam, then we had Malays, and then everybody in the military was smoking dope and had long hair. It's crazy, right? Yeah, it was wild. So that reformation is what they're trying to prevent again. And I'm going to explain why that is so important, right? So because it will fundamentally alter the course of American and therefore Western culture for the next 100 years, right? This is huge, and I'll tell you why. Because Tank Man, why is Tank Man Tank Man? You understand this image, right? Why is this important, right? The inside baseball story is that they did not run him over, right? Because they were local to the area, right? The guys in those tanks were local to this area. So, imagine this is the, Cincinnati Reserve Tank Battalion going over to, downtown Cincinnati or something, right? They're local. Who they had to bring in to crush the protest were soldiers from outside of the area, outside of the culture, people who didn't know the protesters, right? So it is very, or not very, it has always been a goal of the Marxists to be able to wield the power of the military. And I'll tell you what, they are close. That's why there is this frantic push to get rid of him. If they can get rid of Hegseth, they can preserve their power in the military, right? And we're not far off from having a military that is so culturally different that they will, in fact, use their power on American citizens, that they will, in fact, get in tanks and run people over. So getting rid of them out of the military, is like, akin to preserving the nation for the next 100 years. So it is very important that Hegseth be successful in remaking the culture of the military. And it looks like what's happening because the recruiting numbers are way up. The recruiting numbers since Trump won are just going up, up, and up. And there was, who was? Let me see if I can find it. It was James O'Keefe. And he was interviewing did an undercover with the military dude. Here it is. Well, this is old. There's a newer one. Here it is.
Election is just like truly the same guy who tried to overthrow an election is just like truly setting us down a path of dictatorship. He's illegitimate. He's terribly immoral, breaking every norm. We're gonna resist him. Everything he does.
James O'Keefe here.
Listen, if there's a guy that's gonna run over you in a tank, it's that mother. You understand? This is the face of the guy who's gonna run you over in a tank. You understand?
And Hegseth. Now, since President Trump was elected and assigned Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense, the DoD has faced a number of leaks in the past few months from employees inside the Pentagon.
There's some type of deep state forces that want to make sure you don't stay there.
They've come after me from day one, just like they've come after President Trump. I mean, I've gotten a fraction of what President Trump got in that first term.
The Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, has been going on media interviews expressing that there are people within the Pentagon who want to resist the president and hurt his policies.
I know exactly why I'm here, to rip out the insidious ideologies and not compromise and not back down, to reestablish standards and accountability.
Nicholas Terza, a branch chief within the DoD, expressed dissatisfaction with his new boss, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, claiming he is too young for the job.
So I'm assuming that your boss isn't Pete Hegseth.
Ultimately, he is my boss.
Okay.
But this is insane. I actually know Pete Hegseth.
You do? Like personally?
But this is so crazy. Like, that's not a good reflection on me. That's a bad reflection on Trump.
Hey, this guy's just trying to get laid. I mean, that I can understand.
Like, nobody I know should be the Secretary of Defense.
Oh, no.
Like, he's insanely young to be the part, and he wasn't that high up in the military. He used to be in the DC National Guard.
Oh, did you guys work together? Or?
Yeah, I mean, in our side hustle in the National Guard.
Oh.
And I met him in my unit. He was just in my unit. And I don't know, I'm going on about Pete Hegseth.
Now, Nicholas Terza claims that he knows Hegseth from the DC National Guard, but we spoke to a senior official at the Pentagon who said that's not true, that Hegseth has not ever heard of this man or seen him.
But what do you think the intent is? Is it like, do they want to hurt America?
I think they don't care who they hurt to enact a change that they see.
All right, so y'all get it. This is the guy they bring in when the tanks won't run you over, right? And you can see how much pushback they're getting because they're so deeply entrenched, right? So this is a multi-term effort, right? If a Biden was reelected next year, guess what? Right? They are promoting all the left-wing ideologues, right? Everywhere in the military that they possibly can. So that is why it is important that this whole thing take place. Everybody's worried about the military this, the military that. This is the guy who runs you over. This is the guy that runs you over. So, let's see, what else? You know, I'm just going to play this because I think it's awesome.
For the wind blow. For the wind blow you up.
I mean that joke.
I eat it.
You ate it?
It's all in that sauce. Give me in the car.
I got the ant. Hold on, give me the ant.
Are you hungry again? Boy, I'm hungry.
If you want more of this, promote more of this. That's it. What's that? Remember that song? Chicka chicka. Please, you work for UPS. You know, bras that want to go 50-50 don't want a guy at UPS. So hey, oh well. And that's coming too. The reach back is coming. Oh my goodness. The reach back is coming. Oh, and here, let me just play this. Let's see. Look, in America, we currently have 4 states in which they allow Muslim mosques to play prayer over loudspeaker 5 times a day from their mosque: Minnesota, Michigan, New York, New Jersey. No surprise. All right. Texas has the second most number of mosques built already and will probably be number 1 by the end of the year. It's not just Texas. All of America mosques are being built at an alarming rate. And I said, in the school board meetings you don't attend, Muslims have been lobbying for years to get Muslims' holidays on the school calendar. Right? This is what happens to comfortable sedentary cultures. They get replaced. And that's what happens. So yes, I've been in a school board meeting where they're trying to get Ramadan on the calendar. They're trying to get whatever that other holiday is on the calendar and making an official holiday. So better start showing up, Americans. Better start showing up. Ah, man. It's great. So, okay, and let's deal with let's see, where are we at? It's 12:30. You know what? I'm gonna cut it right here. I gotta get ready for the range. So, you all have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. Oh gosh, I have a Cash App somewhere. Never mind. Get it next time. Don't. If you wanted to Cash App me, I'll tell you what. Donate to King Randall. There you go. There you go. That's what you do right there. Skip Cash App and me and donate to King Randall. You did? All right, folks, I'm out. Y'all have a great Saturday. You know, enjoy your families. Yeah, that's it. Enjoy your families. If you don't have one, you can build your own. Ain't that great? All right. Have a great day, folks. Bye.